Can you hear it? The gentle hum turning into a thunderous roar rising from the heart of Detroit. Is this the all-season spark that will ignite a wildfire under the pride of the Motor City? Could one name, one familiar figure stepping back into the fold, be the catalyst that finally breaks the chains of our agonizing weight? Detroit Lions fans, brace yourselves, because the whispers swirling through the corridors of Ford Field are more than just off-season chatter. They're the precursors of something seismic. Insiders who never speak without cause have been murmuring about a shockwave poised to disrupt the NFC North, a ripple that could transform our hopes into raw, roaring reality. Rumors spun in hushed tones speak of a veteran returning, not some rookie fading into the shuffle, but a lion who once tore through defenses with relentless fury. A runner whose footprints are etched into the fabric of our recent history. A weapon in our offensive arsenal and a heartthrob for the Detroit faithful. His name? Jamal Williams? Yes, the very same beating heart in Detroit's backfield for 2 electrifying seasons before a puzzling, quiet exile to New Orleans. Williams, who bulldozed through opponents in 2022 with 17 touchdowns and over 1,000 rushing yards, faltered under the Crescent City's banner, but never forgot the roar of Ford Field beneath his cleats. Imagine that return and infusion of grit, experience, and a proven knack for getting the ball into the end zone just when the Lions desperately need it. This isn't just a player coming home. It's a rebirth of a football philosophy that knows how to finish drives, that understands the brutal art of grinding in the red zone with the lethal skill of a seasoned warrior. Remember those heart-wrenching moments from past seasons when promising drives stalled and settled for mere 3 points? Remember the all-too-familiar sighs as the offense hesitated just a yard from glory? Jamal's presence whispers a promise of change, a chance to convert those stalled drives into touchdowns that push us over the edge. It's a deeply personal beacon for a city starved of playoff success, a reminder that our Lions are more than a team. They are a testament to resilience, to rebirth after heartbreak, and to a fan base that has endured decades of rebuilds, nail-biting near misses, and the cruelest twists of fate. Think back to the painful echoes of the 90s and 2000s, when hopes dashed on barren fields and dreams twist-tied in last-second heartbreak. Think of the desperate hunger that fuels every cheer, every chant in the stands. This is more than football. It's Detroit's soul demanding redemption. But here's where the tension electrifies the air. Is this homecoming a Pandora's box of possibility, or a gamble with fate? What if Jamal's comeback ignites a firestorm of locker room synergy, uniting Dan Campbell's squad into an unstoppable force? Could this be the spark that fuels the fiercest playoff run since the days when Barry Sanders mesmerized us all and carried Detroit on his back? Or conversely, could a disruption in team chemistry turn the all-season hype into a cautionary tale? One more chapter in our long saga of what-ifs and near misses. The stakes are colossal because every play, every yard, every touchdown from here could shatter or solidify the identity of this Lions team, a franchise aching for a moment that turns history from sorrow to glory. And if the domino of this signing falls into place, it might ignite the wildest, most electric offseason in Lions history, setting a course for a season nobody in the city will ever forget. Fans, hold your breath and clutch your hearts, because the coming months promise a roller coaster of emotion, electrifying uncertainty, and the underdog spirit roaring louder than ever. Will Jamal Williams roar again in Honolulu blue? The answer could change Detroit forever. Light the torches, Lions Nation, because the moment we've all been dreaming of is crashing down like a Detroit freight train revving to full throttle. This city's heartbeat pounding to the rhythm of a potential renaissance that could erase decades of heartbreak and ignite the fiercest, most relentless era in franchise history. The whispers aren't just rumors anymore. They're dark, thunderous truths that shake the very foundation of Ford Field. And the buzz is that Jamal Williams, the Lion who once bled Detroit blue with every yard he carved through defenses, could be strapping up again, ready to serve as our meat eater in the red zone, our gritty bulldozer who keeps defenders awake at night. Imagine the locker room tension. The electric chemistry emanating from a group fueled by years of near misses, of last-second heartbreaks, of the ghosts of 0 to 16 seasons lurking behind every play called mentally haunted by what could have been, what should have been. But with Williams back, maybe that pain transforms into a furious drive to rewrite our history. The NFC North has been laughing, poking, underestimating us, thinking we're still that fragile franchise in need of a rebuild. But they're wrong, dead wrong, because Detroit is awakening, and Jamal's homecoming might just be the seismic shock that overturns that smug arrogance. Think about the games that made Detroit fans bleed Calvin sitting on that throne of loss. Barry Sanders vanishing like a myth. Jim Caldwell's firing steeped in disappointment. Those moments built a deep well of rage and resilience that now fuels our every step forward. We remember last season's playoff push what if. This time, we had that extra spark, that X factor that elevates us beyond the botched red zone drives and heartbreaks. What if Jamal's relentless bulldozing is the missing key to turning those 2-yard gains into touchdowns, to finally punching through with unstoppable force, to silence the critics forever? Every off-season promise, every whisper of chemistry, every strategic tweak, these are just pieces lining up in what feels like a cosmic chess game where the Lions hold all the power. But there's a storm brewing behind the scenes, a head coach, exuding quiet intensity, knowing that this isn't just about adding a player. It's about igniting a culture that shreds the ghosts of the past and carries the torch into a new era of brutal, relentless football. The rivalry fires up Vikings-Bears. Packers, every team already feeling the tremor in the air, sensing the shakeup that Jamal's return could trigger, a storm that could swallow their shallow defenses whole, leaving chaos in its wake. Rumors ripple of front office whispers, of in-house debates about loyalty and legacy. The decision to bring Jamal home isn't just a gamble, it's a statement, a declaration that Detroit not only remembers the glory days but is willing to fight tooth and claw to reclaim its throne, to surge past the mediocrity that's become part of our DNA. We see flashes of the past Jim Brown's tomahawk, Barry's dash, Calvin's last leap, and realize that this city has always thrived on heroes who refused to quit, who faced adversity and came back swinging. And now, in this chapter of our tale, that hero could be Jamal Williams resurrected, recharged, ready to etch his name into Lions lore once again. Our rivals are shaking, their game plans now trembling at the thought of what this means, because they know full well, the moment Jamal dons that jersey and roars with the squad in unison, everything changes. The giants of past seasons, the heart-pounding collapses. The what-ifs, the sliced dreams become distant echoes as Detroit stands on the precipice of an epic breakthrough, a moment that could redefine everything we thought we knew about ourselves. We all feel it, that seismic shift in the air, the fire building beneath the surface, the whispers of destiny. And now, as the off-season turns into a battlefield of hopes and fears, the ultimate question remains, are we ready to unleash the beast once more, to roar so loud that even heaven itself can't ignore us? Or will this be just another tantalizing chapter in the saga of Detroit's eternal quest for greatness that teeters on the edge of glory, just out of reach? But maybe, just maybe, the next play, the next mile, the next game holds the answer, hiding behind the roar of a city that refuses to be silenced, waiting for that one moment to erupt into history, into legend, into the story they'll tell for generations when Detroit's Lions finally roared again, and the whole world saw what we've known all along, that we are the fighters, the survivors, the kings of the comeback, and the storm is just beginning to gather, ready to unleash chaos on anyone daring enough to stand in our way. So tell me, will Jamal lead us into another chapter of heartbreak, or into the glorious dawn we've been craving all these long, relentless years? Or is this the defining moment when Detroit fighting, roaring, unstoppable finally seizes its destiny and shatters the silence that has haunted us for too damn long?